Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this makeup tutorial. This tutorial is for younger people, and so we're not going to do a lot of the stuff that the older people might do in terms of makeup, just keeping it simple. Here my model has bangs, so when you're doing your makeup you're going to want to put up her bangs, or their bangs. We're not going to use powder on the face just because they're small and their skin is pretty even toned, but I'm just going to use a sponge just to kind of get any hair or dirt or anything off. If you are using a powder on your child, then make sure you get it all over their neck and all parts of their face. Their eyelids, look up and underneath, just to make sure there is no oil anywhere. And next, we're going to take a blush brush and the blush. Can you make a fish face? And you're just gonna brush it on the apples of their cheeks and a little bit on the eyelids, just to give a little bit of color. If you have one of these thin brushes that come in the blush thing, you can use that for the eyelids as well. So now they have rosy cheeks and rosy eyelids. And then before going to the eyebrows, because eyebrows are a little bit tricky, I like to just do the eyes. If you have a new gel pot, what I generally do is, it's kind of oily, so doesn't get on very dark, so you can get like a big chunk and then kind of smoothen it out on the other side, so it's not super oily. You get the dark color. So you're just gonna go from the inner edge all the way to the outside ends. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And it's okay if it's a little bumpy, because it's hard for them to kind of keep their eyes closed. It might come bumpy the first time, and then you can smoothen it out. And then again on this side, I'm gonna lengthen it a little bit. It's a little bumpy on the side, so now I'm going to just stretch it and go over it a little bit smoother. Now we're going to do the underneath part, which we'll see how she does. Some kids are sensitive with their eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask her to look up, and I'm going to go on this part. Okay, she's doing pretty well. But yeah, there's a lot of blinking. If you don't want to do that, you can just go along the edge of the lash line. You can just try to look at this point here. Yes, and keep your eyes there. You can just go to the edge of the lash line and connect it with that line you made on top. So you're trying to make like a smooth connection, and then you can just add a little tip if you want. So see here we have this eye, which doesn't have anything in it and looks just as nice, and this eye we have, look up, we got some on the inside, and again we're going to try to connect it the same way we did on the other side. Just turn your head that way so you can see. So we're going to connect it to that top line. We're going to add a little tip here. Sometimes it can get a little clumpy with the clay pot. And when that happens, you can also cover it with liquid. So here are the two options. I was looking at her eyes separately, so I don't know if it's exactly even, but generally you want to make sure that this tip and this tip are symmetrical on both sides. I'll just do like a coat over with liquid in case your kid can handle it. It just kind of gives a nicer finish. And then because there's like a very pointy tip, you can give like a little point at the end. And I would do the top lid first and then let it dry. I'm gonna come over to the other side. And long, smooth strokes. And again, you can use that point to get a little point on this side. While you're doing that, you can make, just on the inside of the eye, you can make a little tip. I'm gonna do the same to the other side just to give it a little finish and some shape. give that nice almond shape. And when it feels dry, does it feel dry? Okay, then they slowly open. Look at those big, beautiful eyes. And then if you want, you can take the liquid and just do a little joining of that bottom line that we had made here and here. And so just now, just so they can look even, I'm gonna put her through the inside eye eyeliner on this side. Okay, so now the eyes are pretty much done. You're just gonna finish it off with mascara. So now with the mascara, you're going to make sure that like you wipe it off so there's not any clumps on the brush. And then look down, we're gonna get the top first. So you're gonna coat the top. Okay, now look, actually don't look up, look like down here. See where my finger is and then keep looking there. And then you're gonna reach underneath like where the eyelash is. And if you get a little bit of mascara on the eyelid, it's okay. Just take it off. And same thing on the other side. Look here. Yeah. And that is it. We're done with the eyes. Okay, so now we're going to do the lips. If you have a thinner, this is pretty thick. If you have a thinner lip liner than this, that would be great. You're just going to, you can go ah. And you're just going to line the edge of their lips. This is a very light color. Here's a darker color that's like the lipstick. So you're gonna go ahead and fill in. Go ah. Here, just let me get the edges. And this. And then what happens is a lot of times we get like lipstick on our teeth because we have lipstick. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go like this. Or you can put your finger in like this. And pull it out. Yeah. So then all the part on the inside comes out. At this point you can get up and make your kid wash their hands, and you can wash your hands too. So now we're almost done. We're just gonna darken the eyebrows a little bit so that, and generally at this age there might not be that much shape. So you can just kind of like go, take your same thing and just kind of make brushing strokes over the existing shape. If you have one of these, something with a little brush, you're just gonna kind of brush it in there. Don't furrow your brow, just keep it relaxed. So as you can see, it's really not like you're penciling in eyebrows, it's just you're darkening the eyebrow itself. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So you're just gonna kind of draw in line with the other hair. And I didn't dip my brush, so it's just whatever was left over from before. And then we'll take the feathering brush. And generally, I'm just standing on either side of her so you can see, but generally you'll be standing in front of your kids so you can make sure that they're even. And then you can just do a little bit at the edges too, just so it's like, it matches the length of the eye also. So I think we're good. And next comes the potu. Put that on their forehead. Yeah. And there, we're done with makeup.